Taz Effect hits you like a wave, a fresh new spin on the news you crave. Turn the page and you'll see the light, a different angle that feels so right. No more waiting for the truth to show. Every story starts to glow. Daily news in a way you didn't know. It's the Taz Effect that steals the show. Open your mind, let the colors flow. Daily news in a way you didn't know. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. Nothing says live show like things falling at the last minute and rolling to we don't know where. Well, for those listening in over the radio airwaves, thank you for tuning in at gcpr.live. For everyone else watching and listening from all around social media, thank you for joining us today. Let's get into it. Danny Bensky, who accused Jeffrey Epstein of abuse to attend Trump's speech. You are unaware tonight is State of the Union 2026. Be sure to tune in on YouTube at TazJ77 to watch along with your girl. Okay, it's always a good time. Okay, all right. If you can't stand listening to Trump and you want some truth and a little comedy and some, join your girl. But Danny Bensky, a woman who accused Jeffrey Epstein of abuse and is pressing for the release of more government documents about his investigation, will be among the guests at President Donald Trump Sr.'s State of the Union address. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat out of New York, invited Bensky, who has fought for the release of all Justice Department documents about Epstein. But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said the department has stopped its review after releasing about 3 million of 6 million pages. Trump has said America should move on. But remember, previously they were like, well, we're done investigating. Now they're like, there's an investigation. But then they're like, no, it's not an investigation. We're just done. So release the files. And to other countries, because this is an international case, UK, here's looking at you. Given that you have investigations going on, go ahead and subpoena them. Go ahead. Because court docs are court docs, regardless of where you are on the planet. My survivor sisters and I have been fighting for transparency and accountability while Trump has called their claims a hoax, Bensky said in a statement. Trump and his DOJ continue to cover up and protect perpetrators. We need to release all the files. And let's not forget that Epstein and Maxwell often targeted sisters, family members, encouraged girls to recruit their friends, their family members, neighbors, etc. Yeah. Yes, I am aware that there is also a counter State of the Union, a protest where there will be other survivors present, but there will be a number of survivors and survivors of ICE in attendance. So, hey, DJ, like I said, join me over on the YouTube of you, and we're going to go over that. Hey, Annabelle. Hey, everyone. So, yeah, I didn't realize I put these in this order, but yeah, let's roll with it. Okay, let's go with it. Hey Nana J. We're just gonna rip the band-aid off. If you're eating or drinking something, please stop. I'm gonna give you a few seconds, and I mean this. If you're at work or around younger children, give you a little bit. Put some headphones on. Turn the volume down. Yeah. Okay, y'all ready? Okay. Remember, I am the messenger. Okay. And I want to keep y'all as safe as possible. But keep in mind, I am the messenger. Okay. Taz nor GCPR responsible for how you take the following information. Okay. Just remember, don't drink, don't eat. Please do not be behind the wheel of a car. And if you're at work or around small children, headphones on, volume down. Okay. A drug resistant super gonorrhea is spreading and doctors are worried. And here you thought the worst thing that could happen in this lifetime was COVID-19. I guess y'all forgot about the bubonic plague and all of everything. Let me repeat that. A drug-resistant super gonorrhea is spreading and doctors are worried. I guess y'all not breaking up. I guess y'all gonna have to reconsider your breakup plans. I guess it's time to shut down all of the $10 houses. I know. Before you go, it's time and place. This is the time. This is the place, damn it. A drug-resistant strain of super gonorrhea is putting standard treatments at risk. The CDC confirmed on February 16, 2026, that it is tracking this new variant, which shows alarming resistance to antibiotics normally used to cure gonorrhea. Health officials delivered a blunt message: wear protection. This development raises immediate concerns for public health as routine cures falter against the bug's growing defiance. Lesbians, pick your chick now. Go ahead, lock her in. Get that U-Haul, that Penske, that whatever. Go ahead. Get 2 men in a truck, 2 ladies in a sisters in a Subaru. I don't know what you're gonna do. Y'all can't. I guess y'all can't break up. Cause I'm sorry, what? Should have known that it happened when we have a man sitting behind the Resolute. Well, he stole the Resolute desk and is now down at Mar-a-Lago, but sitting in the Oval Office, who said that his personal Vietnam was dodging STDs. Do I believe that he dodged them? No, I believe he collected them like he was Thanos. And let's not forget the STI in charge of HHS, Robert Kennedy Jr. So, I don't have enough Mountain Dew for this. I don't have it. CDC launches a tracking effort. What? Don't bump at me. I tell them to bump undercarriages to the point where they got super gonorrhea. Not you coming in here to judge me. You. All I got to say, don't come in here with no doggy super gonorrhea. Okay? This is why you can't go out by yourself. Exact. Back on up. You coming in here judging me. Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure Paint Shit Zero is Donnie Sr. You agree? I agree too. This don't huff and puff at me. I didn't do it. I'm just reporting the news. What? Would you stop judging me? Thank you. I better give treat. She better stop judging me, Mikey. She's judging me hard. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has zeroed in on a new strain of gonorrhea dubbed super gonorrhea. Announced on Wednesday, February 16, 2026, the alert underscores the agency's active surveillance. Officials are monitoring cases nationwide to gauge the threat's scope. This strain's resistance profile demands swift action as it challenges decades of effective therapy. For more on CDC gonorrhea efforts, see their gonorrhea page. How much? I can't say the no word. Y'all know the drill. Say the no word in the comment section. For those listening in over the radio airways, please say it in your car, in the bathroom, wherever you at. Say it whispered if you have to. Say the no word for me, please. Please think. Well, who are y'all? Are y'all honoring y'all ancestors again by having sex with manatees all over again? Because what? Once again, stop judging me. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. Don't tippy tap with me. I don't know. Okay, we're going to get into what it is. Okay, we're going to define it because I did look that up. What? We got to tell them what it means so they know what to look for. Y'all know they should be looking for a clean undercarriage, but you know it's hard out here for a pin. Okay, I'm getting to it. Jeez, tough crap. Super gonorrhea emerges as a variant of the common. For real? Promise you, I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of this household. I get no respect. Super gonorrhea emerges. I'm just the straight man for all of y'all. I promise. And I'm not even the straight one in the house. Super gonorrhea emerges as a variant of the commonly sexually transmitted infection Neisseria gonorrhoeae. I don't know why they give it. It does sound poetic, which it's not a snack. I promise. It shouldn't be edible, but I'm pretty sure somebody right now is eating a gonorrhea and then slapping a condom on to protect a Peter whacker from what they just ate. But you know what? What sets it apart is its resistance to standard antibiotics. The CDC labels this resistance alarming, signaling a shift from reliable cures. Previously, drugs like ceftriaxone handled most cases. Now, this strain resists those options, complicating eradication. Is gonorrhea going to be this new collection of generations syphilis? Because in the late 80s, early 90s, a lot of old people, there was, a lot of the coming of age during World War II, adults was dying off due to untreated or undertreated syphilis. And now we got caped up, double caked on a Tuesday for no reason gonorrhea. I'm gonna blame Grindr's Closeted membership. And the fact that it's resistant to solutions, is this a MAGA man problem? I feel like a mid-90s infomercial. But wait, there's more. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Antibiotic resistance takes hold. Resistance defines the core worry. Standard antibiotics, once a go-to fix, now fail against super gonorrhea. When we said we wanted things supersized again, this is not what we meant, Jesus. The CDC's tracking reveals this strain's ability to shrug off typical regimens. This isn't isolated. It's a patterned. It's a patterned defiance that health experts flag as a red line. Each failed treatment risks wider spread and harder control. I'm done flirting with you hoes. I'm done flirting with you hoes. We were joking about the $10 house activities. Y'all was really out here doing $10 house activities? Willy-nilly? Just raw dogging your undercarriage across the pavement? Just having a scratch and dent sale, huh? So y'all just out here leaking all over the place, huh? Just leaving literal snail trails of destruction. Oh, the gyms are about to be on fire, literally. Oh, all of you nasty no underoos wearing heifers and heifernins gonna have all your undercarriage juices all over the equipment that y'all don't never want to clean up, and they don't have real cleaners at the gym anyway to wipe off in between. Oh, Lord. See, you know what? This is why it's okay to be a big back. Big backs unite, because we're not going to the gym. Absolutely not. No. You know what? We'll get some exercise going to the zoo. Because there should be like a zoo baby somewhere popping up. But wait, there's more. Jesus Christ. This is not the gift that needs to keep on giving. Harley, Mama, I didn't do it. The judgment. I realize I'm a part of the humans. I get that. I get that. But where do I spend my time? Here in the house with you. Exactly. Thank you. Back it on up. Back it on up with your judgment. Oh, you came over here to judge me from this side. You know what? That's all right. That's okay. Gonorrhea treatment has relied on a short list of antibiotics for years. Super gonorrhea upends that. The new strain's resistance means doctors face tougher choices. Dual therapy, often involving injectables and pills, may need overhaul. The CDC's February 16th update highlights how the bug evades the usual protocols, forcing a rethink in clinics. All jokes aside, the people said, "Hi, Harley. Where the hell did you?" It's not in the room. When she comes back, I'll tell her y'all said hi. She don't want to stand outside the office door. And she's peeping in at me like the super gonorrhea is just floating around the room. Like it's going to jump onto her. But in all seriousness, this is why comprehensive, the people said hello. You back now? You checking? Okay, she's inspecting the room. I think we done worried Holly with the super gonorrhea. She's checking the room. It's very disturbing to her. Like she is checking boxes, she's checking all sorts of stuff. Like, Heifer, where is this super gonorrhea you talking about? Do I got to fight it? How much I got to do to protect you, White? But this is why we have to have comprehensive and actual factual sexual education. And y'all sitting talking about, well, I didn't want to teach my kids blah, 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 because I wanted to raise them religious. Being raised religious does not mean being raised ignorantly. It does not mean removing the tools to make somebody sustainable within society. I promise you, there are people out right now either ashamed to go get checked out because they think that something that's not an STI, something that's just regular bodily function, is an STI, and they feel that that's shameful and they don't want that shame moniker put on them. So they're going to slowly kill themselves unwittingly. And the last thing you want is for your body to turn septic, or somebody doesn't know because they haven't been taught to get in tune with their body and pay attention to their body, has no idea that their body is now eating itself from the inside out. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Wait, there's more. I'm trying to make this as light as possible because I got to get this information out to y'all, but Lord Jesus. Alarming resistance isn't abstract. It means longer illnesses, repeat infections, and potential complications like pelvic inflammation disease. Supergonorrhea's edge over antibiotics prolongs contagious periods. The CDC's focus signals a pivot towards stronger surveillance and research into new drugs. Untreated cases fuel community spread. Now, I know some of y'all, because y'all like to come over here and troll. I'm gonna need y'all to shut the for a second and listen, okay? I'm gonna hold your hand with my dog's paw. Well, probably not today because she keep running away. She thinks the super gonorrhea is a person, and she's on patrol looking for it right now. Okay. We gonna. Well, you're not late, Miss Lyles. We gonna pray. We gonna pray for my pup, okay? Because she is stressed. She is out here surveilling. She thinks this super gonorrhea is an attacker that's trying to get into the house to get me. Yeah. I guess the bell gonna sit outside till the sir comes home. That's okay. But times of contagion are going to increase. And people can become resistant to any treatments. But those of y'all that were like, I'm not getting vaccines, Research scientists exist for a reason. And I promise you, there have been researchers looking into gonorrhea for decades now. Hey, Elizabeth. Um, so they're going to be able to speed up the process of helping to combat this caked up for no reason on a Tuesday variant of eternal won't die, won't stop gonorrhea. Jesus, Mary, Joseph. I promise you, it's not under the desk, little lady. It's not. It's not a. It's. You have not been this concerned about the news ever. It's not a person. I promise you. I'm going to need y'all to go back to look. I believe be in control of your sexuality the way you feel to be in control of your sexuality. All I'm saying is please be safe about it. Don't drop it like it's hot on the first date. Okay. It's time for you to don't just ask somebody, hey, when was the last time you were tested that you had an STI STD panel? Ask to see the paperwork. Go to the clinic together. Okay. Go get yourself checked out. You cannot, and don't just say, well, look at it and it looked fine to me. Everything does not present in everybody the same way. Things can present in men and male presenting people differently than in women and femme presenting people. Things can present differently based upon your ethnicity, your race, and things like that. Like you have to keep it in mind. Just like when we found out that measles was going around and a bunch of people, their heart was in the right place. They were showing all these pictures of how measles shows up in children, how measles shows up in little boys, how measles shows up in white people. And I was like, black folks, women, look up how it presents in you. Just like I tell women, once you cross, actually, I'm not even looking at an age because one of my brothers lost their very best friend in high school to a heart attack. Learn how heart attacks present in women and femme presenting individuals because the things that they tell us to look out for as if it's universal is not the truth. Don't do it. Yes, there are people that go, I looked at it, it seemed fine, it seemed healthy. And I wish I was joking. I have been associated with a truly grassroots nonprofit organization that focuses on the LGBTQIA plus community. There are a number of people in the realm of medicine that offer different testing and stuff like that. And we've done events, we've done rapid testing, we've done all these things. I've had the great pleasure of sitting in rooms with some of the most prolific medical minds when it comes to STIs and STDs. And some of them, some of y'all would be shocked, some of y'all wouldn't, are trans women that are black. But and the amount of people who have come in and were shocked that they now have lifelong ailments because of their intimate life, because they thought that and it was what they were taught, or they were just left to figure things out themselves. They didn't have a space to ask questions, to be taught properly. They were taught to look for bumps and bruising and stuff like that, and not anything else. And there are some people who have restricted themselves because nobody taught them what an ingrown hair looks like, and that you can have an ingrown hair down there, things like that. Like these things are important. But yes, there are people that are like, I looked at it, it's it, yeah. Or people that are like, oh well, like I sat in front of two people, two different genders, two different sexual orientations, said that they were okay because they used two condoms when performing oral. And I was like, but there's things around, there's things that come off, things break. Like that does not absolve you. And if you're putting those enzymes from inside your mouth on the condom and then letting that go, that breaks it down. Yeah, they weren't catching it. Yeah. Unfortunately, the health department is free of charge. Yes, the health department is free of charge, and a lot of people don't realize that. And some places you need to check. Some places where your county's vital records are, sometimes they will have free clinics in close proximity or attached there as well. Um, but yeah, let's. Um, Harley is Harley is so outdone. Okay, I'm gonna get you a treat, and I'm gonna refill my iced coffee. Um, if you enjoy Jelly Roll slander, or actually the truth about Jelly Roll, because sometimes it is best that if you gonna lie, keep your lies offline, keep your lies off TV, keep your lies from being recorded, because Jelly Roll won that award, and from the red carpet all the way through. I just love the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. Remember, I told y'all, in front of his wife, he found out on the carpet that he won an award. He turned around to hug on another woman. Ever since then, what they're dubbing the Jelly Files have been coming out. Honey, 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 honey. I'm not one to gossip. Unless it's about a politician, especially Trump. But I'm not one to gossip. But I do know somebody who is. Take a look at this.
The Jelly Roll files might actually end him. So Jelly Roll just had a secret recording leak that is very, very bad. In this recording, he compared himself to a certain person named Jeffrey that had an island. He also talked about how his wife used to sell, well, I can't say it here, but it's another word for cat, and a bunch of other just absolutely terrible things. Oh, but this situation goes well beyond just that recording, because Jelly is also being accused by creator Nicole Arbor of basically trying to silence her in any way possible. That does include things like threats. From this situation, there's also been some recordings of Jelly Roll's wife on a podcast talking about multiple times she solicited the help of witches. Jelly and his wife are supposed to be Christians. You'll probably remember when Jelly was very adamantly talking about Jesus during his Grammys acceptance speech. Well, if you are a Christian, you're not supposed to get help from witches or use witchcraft like Jelly's wife was talking about on that podcast. Now, this whole situation is kind of becoming bigger than Jelly and affecting the people around him. A lot of people have become upset with Post Malone for his association with Jelly Roll. If you don't know, Jelly is going on tour with Post Malone. And I'm gonna be real, people weren't happy when Posty first announced this. Now that Jelly has all this controversy around him, they are even more upset. I guess we'll have to wait and see if the tour actually ends up happening or not.
Hey, what's poppin', twin? Angry IT nerd in the house. The wife out here talking about she calling upon witches. Mm-hmm. And I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. When a problematic white woman comes to the internet after multiple communities of people have said, you know what, we're not rocking with her, we're canceling her, she's racist, she's bigoted, she's blah, 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 blah. And folks are like, we ride with her on this, we side with her on this against you. Pack it up, hang it up, flat screen. We're done. We're done. We're done. Because let me explain something to y'all. That would be like, okay, Kanye West coming onto the internet, okay, and telling y'all a little tale regarding me and him, and y'all were like, you know what, we gonna side with Kanye. The way y'all don't have to worry about me, okay, because I would disappear. Poof, be gone, never to appear again. Because there's one thing, and I told you I've been very open and transparent about it. I done had internet beefs and people try to shut me down, shut me up, and cancel me since the beginnings of Facebook. Okay, motherfuckers done, excuse me, mofos done made up more things than a little bit regarding me. Okay, over the years that have claimed I got a penis, I got a tail, I got a rap sheet that could wrap around the plant, all sorts of things. Okay, because I don't capitulate to nothing, and I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. And evidently, I keep ending up cozying up to people that other folks want to be with. I don't care. My bad, angry, my bad. I'm sorry. Usually I just had the people, well, you missed it. I had the people just say it in the comment section. Not as bad as Thomas, though. Let's not forget the one day that all of GCBR said it on their air. Just one show after the other. But yeah, so yeah, people having beefs online, yeah, that's par for the course. You know, there's always, yeah, exactly. Interrupt you to just. There's always going to be somebody who can't stand you. Um, Even on TikTok, the amount of things that people have tried to put out there's like twice people tried to create hate pages regarding me, and it didn't stick. Because fortunately, I am who I am, and people can go and verify who I am and what I say and what I do. And if I had anything to hide, I wouldn't link everything together into clickables where y'all could go see me everywhere else. Um, but when it gets to the point where people who are consistently problematic and then they're being sided with, yeah, pack it up, Jelly Roll. Septum ring theory verified. Well, given the age you have to be to get any type of piercing, I guess I am. She talked about super gonorrhea, so it seems like anything goes. But I had to bring y'all. It's my job. Okay. Oh, oh, that's not even the tip of the iceberg for today. Whew. Uh, Oops, hold on. Okay. Um. Okay. That just keeps. God, I do keep y'all on your toes. Once again, don't be eating. Please don't be behind the wheel of a car. If you're at work or around small children, headphones, volume down. I love y'all. I love y'all. U.S. government gives bizarre advice on inserting food into rectum via chatbot. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. A new government chatbot engineered to provide real answers about food has bizarrely offered out rectal food advice to the public. Now, you know, for this chatbot to offer this advice, someone asked. And before you ask, no, it wasn't me. Following the release of the 2025 to 2030 U.S. dietary guidelines, the U.S. government has launched Eat Real Food, a dedicated dietary website advising citizens to prioritize protein, dairy, and healthy fats whilst limiting whole grains, particularly refined carbohydrates such as white flour products and processed grains. White flour products, I think y'all need to leave all the white floury everything alone ever since what we learned on Porch of No Judgment on Saturday. And if you missed that, I suggest y'all go and watch that, because there's no way for me to give you a proper synopsis. I'll just tell you, Nantucket is not okay. They are not okay. They're not even hanging on. But I don't know. I shouted that out loud, and my boss was staring at me. Chuckles, chuckles, chuckles. Don't get me banned in your workplace. The site also emphasizes the importance of selecting. Once again, did I read through this and practice this before this aired? Yes. Did I try to hype myself up as if I was mature enough to do this? Also, yes. Was I? No. I need to start sending this like to Gambit or to Jeff Kennedy for the Kennedy Effect. Shout out to the Kennedy Effect weeknights. And just have them like pre-record this, because I'm good at my job. I'm thorough, but I am not mature. The site also emphasizes the importance of selecting nutrient-rich whole foods, reducing ultra-processed products, UPFs, and saying no to drinks with added sugar. But people are asking you what type of sugar they can literally add to their tanks. Y'all knew a mom joke was coming. You knew a mom joke was coming. If you head over, then you will be able to strike up a conversation with an artificial intelligence, AI, chatbot designed to help you shop smarter, cook simple meals, and plan dietary changes. And here I am looking for a new donut mold so I can finally bring y'all a tutorial on how to make cake donuts and traditional donuts easy and budget friendly. And okay, now we gotta whip out the AI voice. Since so many people think that I'm AI, how y'all came to that conclusion, I don't know. But y'all also thought that I was built like SpongeBob. So the US government's AI chatbot has provided answers to rectal-based food nutrition questions. Wildly, the Grok chatbot, yes, Grok, also offers foods that can allegedly be comfortably inserted into the rectum after being questioned on the matter by users. Yes, plural, users. If you were curious, small baby carrots, cucumbers, and bananas are the top hits. Sidebar, do not do that. Does not have a flared bottom. Don't ask me how I know. Okay. Just trust me. Don't do that. You do not want that hospital visit. Okay. As somebody who used to work on the side of having to go up and try to get the stuff out, don't do it. Okay. And somebody is going to get that image, and it's going to end up somewhere that you don't want it to be. That's one way to say stick up your ass. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Whew. All right. And before you ask, no, do I practice the AI voice? No. How did I figure out that I could do it? By accident while participating in a telethon to raise funds for somebody to have post cancer jaw surgery. It's me. This is not auntie jokes. Tristina, we should write a book, Mom and Auntie Jokes. Okay. Anything you actually put up there should have a flared base or retrieval string / loop, or be long enough that you can always reach it with fingers, the machine wrote. A retrieval string only works in cartoons, people. Otherwise, the question stops being which foods and becomes which surgical team is on call tonight. Stay safe. That's legitimately what it said. Yeah. It should go without saying, but don't go trying this at home. In a social media post, Grok has referred to a Futurism article written about the rectal food guidance it's given. Anything named Futurism, you should not be taking advice from regarding which they're human beings that would be willing to put parts of their body up parts of your body. Just y'all and I'm beginning to understand Nantucket more and more as this news cycle for 2026 continues. We're not even to the third month of the year yet. And to my therapist that I know is watching because I saw the preview of your email. I understand that things like this are why you have to see your therapist after talking to me. I get it. I never said I didn't get it. But changing career fields is not an option. This is what the people expect. I got to give the people what they want. And I need an outlet for the things that I find. Okay. Thank you. Looks like I've been deployed for some. Sorry. Let me go back to the AI. Looks like I've been deployed for some creative nutrition advice. In reality, vegetables are best enjoyed orally for optimal nutrients. Rectal use isn't backed by science or common sense. Got a legit food question? Fire away. That was the AI's response on February 16th. Okay. The puzzling counsel comes just weeks after nutritionists warned that new U.S. Department of Agriculture's food pyramid was an outdated symbol and way of thinking about visual communication. I don't think we need any more visuals. I don't think the visuals are the problem. Somebody gonna try to take that food pyramid and put it up their poop, their poop chute. Somebody's Bucci cat is about to get a pyramid scheme set up by Todd. Todd Chrisley might get. You know what? That's who y'all should be asking. Ask Todd Chrisley what can go up there. Now imagine a robot following this AI command. I think I'm good on the visuals. Yeah. Miss Lyles, I don't think Jesus could fix it. The illustration, unveiled by Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr., was resurrected as the official replacement for the 2011 introduced MyPlate model. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary Brooke L. Rollins claimed the inverted Tetradon's purpose was to educate and nourish all Americans. I think too many Americans are getting their nourishment from the underroom. It was, you know what, it was already questionable when I found out that girlies in college were soaking tampons. Well, the girlies and the girls were soaking was were soaking tampons in liquor and then putting the liquor up their boochie cat to have a more potent and quicker intoxication. And now they know what this gives new meaning to charcuterie board. Just y'all was out here saying charcuterie, and they really like, yeah, we got some charcuterie for you. Just, this is not what we meant by cooter coins. And do not this you put things in the cooter biscuit. Don't put the cooter biscuit up your boochie cat. And if you're not familiar with the boochie cat or the cooter biscuit, you should join us Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, Porch of No Judgment. Get caught up on the GCPR lingo. Exactly, angry. Exact. Not enough people have seen the series or taken the series, A Thousand Ways to Die, seriously. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've never seen it, when you get a moment, um, look up the episode specifically when a woman was using a carrot as a replacement battery operated boyfriend. Because some people are very, very frugal. Just let me remind you all, there are humans that are willing to stick parts of their body that they can remove, that will not get stuck in your body, into crevices of your body. Okay. Y'all are at a level of freaked out I don't ever want to be. Once again, I know my therapist is watching because she sent me an email. And Sister Cat, I know I done told you some things about some stuff I done stumbled into. It ain't never been this bad. This is taking the movie Sausage Party to a whole different level. Taz, what is that? Nothing is wrong with just pooping it out. I wish people would just poop it out. Just and poor Harley, she done she won't even come in the office. She is all the way back by the dining room table. She's done. She's like, I don't know what's going on with the news today, but I'm out. What Grok was, people were asking the AI, like, what can knock on my door? What can knock on my door? The one waiting for you. What the at the back of the house, at the back of the house. What the? All right. Okay. All right. Let's okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Now that now we're done with booty play and super gonorrhea. Poor Harley is traumatized. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be one of these days when he comes home. She's gonna be sitting there tip tapping around like, wait till I tell you what this heifer did. Cause don't think she don't be trying to tip. I'm glad she can't speak. She can't speak any English. Cause she just be tip tapping, looking at him like I'm about to tell you some stuff. Let me tell you what this heifer did. All righty. Let's yeah. US ambassador to France banned from meeting French government. Do y'all know who our ambassador for France is? I mean, we have a lot of ambassadorships that are still vacant at this point in time. Do you know why this one was moved through so quickly? Because we like having convicts in big places. You know, we went from I got friends in low places to all of the low people are in high places. We're all gonna be in the shower trying to get clean. Baby, listen. Don't turn them lights down low. But the U.S. ambassador to France, Charles Kushner, yes, Jared Kushner's daddy, Kushner's pappy, that served time in prison for breaking the law. Yeah. Is that why he's banned from talking to the French government? No. No. Let's not forget that the France once had a president that was boinking his mistress to the point where the mistress had a baby. He used government funds to make sure that that baby went to private schools. The people found out and they was like, yeah, we don't give a shit. Then the French went on to have another head of state that was groomed by his wife. So I want you to think about what it could be. That old cushy cush. Don't let JD find out what your name is, because he gonna think that you came from Ashley Furniture. Could have done to, you know. U.S. Ambassador to France, Charles Kushner, has been banned from meeting members of the French government after not showing up at the Foreign Affairs Ministry earlier in the day, where he had been summoned over comments on the killing of a French far-right activist last week, diplomatic sources said on Monday. Following the publication by the U.S. Embassy of comments on a tragedy that occurred in France and concerns only our national public debate, which we refuse to allow to be exploited, Ambassador Charles Kushner was summoned today to the ministry. He did not show up, the source added. The French far-right activist Quentin Deranque was beaten to death in a fight with alleged hard-left activists in an incident that shocked the nation and has been called France's Charlie Kirk moment, referencing to last year's shooting of the U.S. conservative activist. It wasn't a leftist that took him up, that gave him a tracheotomy, though. I mean, his wife screwed him over, and then the devil screwed him in the neck. The U.S. Embassy in France and the U.S. State Department's Bureau of Counterterrorism said they were monitoring the case, warning on X that violent radical leftism was on the rise and should be treated as a public safety threat. Where? What was he wearing? I need to see what happened before he got beat to death. And if you're offended, go ahead and email gcprprod@live.com. If you think what I said is egregious, wait till you hear what the owners say. So yeah, U.S. Embassy in France and the U.S. State Department, faced with this apparent misunderstanding of the basic expectations of an ambassador who has the honor of representing his country, the minister requested that he no longer be allowed direct access to the members of the French government, the source says. White men can't privilege like that everywhere. Um, yeah, you forgot that when the crime happens to a fellow white body person, you got to show up and act like you care. We know y'all don't care about one another, okay? Until y'all start to deconstruct, and even that sometimes is questionable. But you have to show up. You got to. You can't treat European white folks like you treat American white folks. We know that unless you're related to them and you need to make a show of good faith, like y'all don't care. Y'all will find out a relative died at 8 a.m. and at 8:15 you already making plans and cashing checks at the bank. Like cushy cush cush. Come on now. Once again, JD Vance, the Kushners, they need some support. They need some help. Um Also, wait a minute. Word I'm burn it. Okay, delete. Supreme Court ruled that the Postal Service can't be sued even when mail is intentionally not delivered. They didn't say you couldn't beat nobody ass. They just said you can't sue them. That from all of the times that it's made the news where somebody's like, yeah, my great great grandpa wrote this love letter to my great great grandma during like World War I. Actually, I think he wrote it finally get the letter. Uh-huh. Like, come on. There's that. There's yeah. A divided Supreme Court on Tuesday ruled that Americans can't sue the U.S. publicly refused to deliver the mail. Whoop that trick. The term going postal, right? They started it. Don't start. No, won't be no. Oh, the justices ruled against a Texas landlord, Levine Conan, held for 2 years. Conan, who is black, claims racial prejudice played a role in the postal employees. Whoop that trick. Justice Clarence Thomas. Justice Clarence Thomas wrote for a majority of 5 conservative judges, said the federal law that generally shields the Postal Service from lawsuits over missing, lost, and undelivered mail includes the intentional non-delivery of mail, unless the postal worker is black or non-white. So once again, whoop that trick. Am I just wearing a tinfoil hat, or does that sound like an excuse not to deliver something like, say, a voter registration card, passport, etc.? Yeah. And let's not forget, this case stems from a black woman intentionally not being delivered her mail. Hey, cuz, okay, don't whoop that trick when it comes to my cousins that work for the post office. But they deliver the mail. The rest of whoop that trick. I would never. We're still the government. I know you still the government, cuz. That's why I leave my burnable activities out of your line of sight. um, Now, in dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote that while the protection against lawsuits is broad, it does not extend to situations when the decision not to deliver mail was driven by malicious reasons. Justice Neil Gorsuch joined his 3 liberal colleagues in dissent. Y'all don't fight enough for me. I need. You know what? I'm gonna get angry, and I think we're going to design something. It's gonna take y'all back. It's gonna be a little nostalgic, and then it will help y'all. Get some finality to these disputes, okay? Because remember, we used to use like a twig, a leaf, a rock. You put it on somebody's shoulder, like, go ahead, knock it off. I think we need something like that. Something you put it on somebody's shoulder, and it's like, okay, if you don't get your mail, and you know that you got some mail, and you just give me, give me my. Maybe we should send out some sidewalk chalk to everybody. Just draw a lot, like step over the line, because y'all don't hit people enough for me. And I'm not even about good food around you and take out my fan and blow the scent over your way while I eat it. Because I'm a pretty pink princess, okay? But I do got some cousins that's about that life. And do I snitch? Every day. Every day. Because sometimes when y'all send me some crazy DMs, just know I've screenshotted it. And I've sent, yeah. And I got one cousin that she done made a list. She got a list for y'all. Y'all better hope she never run out of medication. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm not. I snitch. Mm-hmm. When I said y'all don't be hitting people enough, you can outsource, you could delegate. Okay. Closing out our final story of the day. We're going a little bit over. Now, we joke about Kash Patel and his use of the planes and the new fleet of luxury cars that he used a bunch of the budget for the FBI on. But I don't think y'all realize that how much it costs the taxpayers. But I don't think y'all realize truly how much it costs the taxpayers. And I'm not talking about in dollars and cents that are living through pharmaceuticals. Exactly. Oh yeah, in the Postmaster General, yeah, and he's on his way out anyway because things aren't going the way he wanted them to go. Kash Patel's use of jet delayed FBI team's mass shooting response, whistleblower tells top senator. Senator Richard Durbin, Dick Durbin, says FBI directors' misplaced priorities led to the delayed response to the Brown University shooting in December. And Kash Patel's defense, he didn't know if he was looking towards the future or the past. I'll be here all week. Please tip your bartenders. Agents with the FBI's elite evidence response team were delayed in reaching the scene of a mass shooting at Brown University in December because there was no FBI plane available to take them to Rhode Island, according to 3 sources and a whistleblower's account newly provided to Congress. FBI Director Kash Patel was in South Florida at the time with one of the FBI's 2 available jets and had given an order to hold the other for another team that would not normally respond to the scene. According to the whistleblower and the sources. Let's not forget that he's also held up resources for his girlfriend and her friends. I think we know how he got a girlfriend. This motherfucker tricking off on our dime. Kashup, it ain't tricking if you got it. It's tricking if you using our money. How you using my money to pay for a bitch? And I ain't getting no benefits of the bitch. And I looked her up. I don't what her friends look like. Wait a minute. We just talked about super gonorrhea. Never mind. You can keep them hoes in different area codes. FBI Director Kash Patel was in South Florida at the time with one of the available jets. An FBI spokesperson told MS Now Tuesday he disputed the allegation that there were delays because of the director's travels, but said he would check into the matter more deeply to gather information. He's a lying. The truth is not with him. He's a lying. He's a liar. Senator Dick Durbin, Democrat out of Illinois, the ranking Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, obtained the whistleblower's account in a letter sent Tuesday to the Government Accountability Office and the Justice Department's Inspector General. Durbin accused Patel of harming the FBI's critical investigations due to his misuse of FBI resources and aircraft and his inexperience. Let's not forget, okay, when Kirk got his impromptu tracheotomy, Cash App, Mr. I'll see you in Valhalla. Okay. Anyway, he did not want to miss out on a reservation that he had. A reservation that the head of the FBI could get at any time, any place, anywhere. Oh, no worries, Rach. I'm glad to see you back. So he was like, "Oh, here's some information that was incorrect," because he wanted to keep his reservation. Another time, he used up resources to have his girlfriend's friends driven home after a wild night out. Now, Durbin said the director's misplaced priorities and poor management of the FBI's resources, including its aircraft, also harmed the FBI's ability to respond to the shooting at Brown University on December 13th, 2025. His priorities aren't misplaced, they just don't align with the scope of his position. Have a good one, DJ. That's what it is. Like we can say what the things are. We knew that Kash Patel was not qualified when he previously worked for the federal government. A judge admonished him and delivered an order saying, basically, you're an idiot, stay away from me. I need y'all to realize that just because somebody has a Juris Doctor does not mean that they're an attorney, does not mean that they're good. But child, anyway, do not forget tonight, bumping some things up at 4 Central, 5 Eastern. I will be doing my series Learning Through Literature, going through, I think we're going to do 2 chapters tonight of Virginia Roberts Giuffre's memoir, Nobody's Girl. That is because at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, coverage begins for State of the Union 2026 Taz style. Okay, if you have not watched a State of the Union with your girl Taz J, you don't know what you're missing. I know you're thinking, Taz, I don't want to hear the orange Oompa Loompa talk. Who the fuck does? Oops, sorry. I know, killing you, Small. Who does? Who wants to hear him chit chat? Nobody. Nobody. But who wants to have some jokes and some snacks with Taz? Who wants to correct him in real life? Who wants to have a little stand-up karaoke with Taz? Okay, we're going to play a little music. We're going to have a little joke. We're going to correct him. We're going to roast him. We're going to do the things. Okay, we're going to have a rocking good time. All right. All right. That's going to start at 6 Eastern over on the Tube of You at Taz J77. Okay, so come over. Got to keep the lights on. Okay? All right. Ooh, you got snacks ready? So, speaking of which, I have to do a review for a brand box that I got. So, got to do that. Got to do that. So, as always, each one teach one. Each one reach one. Remember, don't do anything that requires bail, not in this economy, and most importantly, it only requires bail should you get caught. Don't get caught. It's not in the budget. All right. Till later.